Yes, people, Ricky here from Behind the Bars TV. Hope you're all fit and well. So, in this episode, I'm going to talk about Ireland's most violent prisoners and dangerous inmates. I've just done a video the other day on a violent prisoner who's big in the press, and he's been known as one of the most violent inmates in Ireland. But the feedback that I had off my viewers from over in Ireland, and I've had a few asking if I could do a video on this fella. So that's what I'm doing today. And the fella I'm talking about is Warren Dumbrell. A few of the people have said in the comments Warren Dunbrell, as in dumbbell, as in the weight, but it's not. When I've looked up and researched up on the fella, he's called Warren Dumbrell. And he's been deemed as one of the most violent inmates in Ireland because of the way he's went on in the prison system. But when I've been looking up on this fella, he's actually from a notorious family who's well feared in Ireland. There was an article came up that I read up on there called on about the Dumbrell brothers, and Warren was Warren is actually serving a life sentence along with Jeffrey, his brother, for a murder which they committed in 2006, and that was the murder of Christopher Corley. And for that, they were sent to Mountjoy prison, I believe. But Warren gained his notoriety in 1997 when he was a ringleader of the prison riots in Mountjoy prison, where there were six high-profile prisoners, being held on the high security unit of Mountjoy prison. And they actually took five, over in Ireland, I think they call them guards, where they call them screws here. So they've took five guards hostage, took them up onto the rooftop, and they've held them hostage for 52 hours, just over 2 days. They were demanding all sorts of things. They were wanting to move to a different prison, better conditions. And one of the hostage takers that was on the unit with Warren is another notorious prisoner who is Paul Ward. He was convicted of the murder of the journalist Veronica Guerin. So he was part of the lads that took the prison guards hostage. But when they had them hostage up on the roof, they had syringes filled with blood, and they were saying that the syringes were infected with AIDS and hepatitis. And Warren had one of the guards hostage, and when he had a hold of him, he actually said to the guard he had the syringe up to his neck, full of blood, and he said, "I've got the virus. I don't give a fuck. I'll make you drink my blood." And this is the threats that they were given to the guards at the time. That's when he gained his notoriety, because after that, he did actually go on to say every 10 minutes he was going to inject one of the fucking screws or guards, whatever you call them in Ireland. And they were transferred to Portlaoise after that, which is a maximum security prison. And Portlaoise is actually one of the most guarded prisons in Europe for the past 50 years, because it's actually guarded by the army because it holds that many high-profile prisoners. I think the maximum capacity is 400, but at the minute I think there's around about 200 in there. But like I said, that's when he gained his notoriety and became, as you would say, famous in the prison system, because he was actually attacking guards, he was attacking other inmates, he had a volatile nature, everyone was scared of him. And as a lot of the Irish lads will tell us that have been in the prison, you'll see in the comments, everybody's heard about Warren, because everyone's been telling us in the comments on my TikTok and on my YouTube channel. But it must be something to do with the name Warren, because everyone knows over in England, one of the most high-profile prisoners, or what everyone's heard about, one of the hardest, is Warren Slaney. So Ireland and England have got Warrens as hard men in the prison system that are feared. But I'll just tell you a little bit about Warren's past crimes and what he's been done for. In 1991, he got 6 years for robbery, 5 years for firearms offences. In 1997, this is when he took the guards hostage. He got 7 years for 2 counts of robbery, and then 10 years for the riot. But Paul Ward, who killed Veronica Guerin, the journalist, he actually got 12 years for that riot as well. And when they got transferred down to Portlaoise, every time they got escorted out of the pad or went for the dinner down the Savoury or whatever, they had 4 prison officers everywhere they went because they were that high profile after that incident. But Warren, like I say, has got a name in the prison system because he's that volatile and dangerous. He sets about the other inmates and he's not scared to use violence on people. And but he has got a few more brothers. He's got another brother called Leonard Dumbrell, who's also got a fearsome reputation in the prison. And Leroy Dumbrell, he's been known for attacks on Gardaí and staff. So they've got a fearsome reputation, the whole lot of them. But there is one of the brothers, I didn't write his name down, who actually went on to, what was it, Celebrity Big Brother in Ireland. So obviously one of them's done well for himself. He's went on to become a model. But excuse me. But Leonard had a fearsome reputation in the prison for also, like I've just mentioned, attacking staff and attacking other prisoners. But Jeffrey has now, what I was reading up on, has now become a model prisoner, and I think he might actually be in an open prison now because he's kept himself to himself. Obviously, they're serving life sentences. When you're doing life sentences, if you keep on working yourself and acting yourself and attacking screws and attacking other prisoners, then you're definitely never going to be released. But obviously, Jeffrey's maybe he's become to realise that, and he's actually become a model prisoner. So he's probably in an open prison by now, because the article that I read on was last year's, so I'm not sure whereabouts he is now. But I think I've covered just about everything on that, to be honest. But if anyone has got any thoughts or anything you would like to add on this subject, please let us know in the comments. I'll put my email in the description. So if you want to get in touch with us, if you've got any stories of your own, or if you know of notorious and violent prisoners, give us a shout and let us know, because as you'll see by the views and what people are interested in, a lot of people, even people that haven't been to prison, are really interested in these prison stories. But the more I've looked into the gangland in Ireland and into the prison history, I've become to find out that there's quite a lot to cover, and I will be adding more stories and more videos on different criminals in Ireland and gangsters, because there's quite a big underbelly in Ireland that a lot of people, especially over in England, don't hear of. But Mountjoy prison, I've heard, is the most dangerous prison in Ireland. But I've done a story not too long back on a fella that got murdered in Mountjoy prison. He got stamped all over and got killed. He died in an outside hospital. But yeah, if you keep watching, people, I've got plenty of more videos to come. I've just touched the surface of this, to be honest, because the more and more I'm reading on it, there's more and more to be heard and told. Well, let us know your thoughts on that, people. Hope you enjoyed their content. Remember to like and subscribe. But if you hit that notification bell, you'll never miss another video. Thanks for watching, people. Take care.